What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. Today we got this beautiful look that I would literally wear for any event, for a cotillion, for a wedding, if you just want to look good on your couch, if you want to look good when you go grocery shopping to the dollar store to go get gas. This is the look for you. Yes, baby boo. So we got a lot of tones going on. Well, not a lot of tones, but you know, we got a lot of stuff going on the eyes. I feel like it's super seductive but glittery in a way, and I love how this turned out. I really hope that you guys like it. I did use both palettes from Beauty Creations, so if you want to see how to get this look, please continue watching. So like always, I like to start with the concealer from LA Girl, and I'm going to blend it out with my Morphe brush. So a huge tip I can give you guys if you guys are barely starting with makeup is to remove the hair from your face. Remove your hair, put it in a ponytail, use one of these, or just put it to the side that you're not doing your makeup on. This helps a lot. I don't like to have my hair in my face. I actually hate it when I'm doing my makeup. So that's a tip that I can give you guys. Obviously, if you want to take it, great, and if you don't, you know, it's fine, I guess. The first color I'm going to use is from Brianna's palette, and it's called All Good. I'm going to take a brush like this. This one is from the Urban Decay palettes. I've been having this for a really long time. I don't even know if they include them anymore in the new palettes, but this is super old. This is from the first palette. Anyway, I'm going to take that color, and I'm going to start applying this where my natural crease is, but a little bit above my natural crease. So for me, my natural crease is right here. I'm going to apply this above, so I'm gonna start like right here, and I'm going to place the color on there first. I'm not gonna blend it out yet. I'm just gonna deposit the color on there first. Okay, now that I have the shape going on, I'm going to take that color once again, and I'm going to start deepening up where I just placed the color on. Now I'm going to start blending it out with the same shade and the same brush. So I'm gonna do circular motions working upwards, but I'm not gonna take that color all the way up to my brow bone because I'm going to be applying 2 to 3 more shades. After I blended it out a little bit, I'm going to go into Brittany's palette, and I'm going to use the color Let Me Live, and I'm going to start blending it out here to get rid of the harsh lines so it could look more smoother, as you can see here. So taking that color on a Morphe M506, I'm going to start blending out the edges. Now I have it like this. It's looking a little deformed, but we're gonna fix it right now. I'm going to take the number 25 shadow from Brianna's palette, and I'm going to apply this right on top of that color that I just applied a couple of seconds ago. We're gonna marry these two colors together. So now I'm going to add the shade OMG from Brianna's palette, and I'm going to apply this right above that color that I just applied and blend it all out. Now I'm going to go back with every shade that I've used and deepen them up a little bit more. Okay, so now that I blended for at least half an hour, feels like half an hour, it's gonna look something like this. We're going to fix it as time goes by. So now I'm going to do the first cut, or the only cut I should say. I'm going to take some Vaseline, this brush that I always use, and apply some Vaseline in the back of my hand. I'm going to start cutting. So I want to make the cut a little bit above my natural crease. If you want to take it higher, you can. If you want to take it lower, you can as well. And make sure the eyes are looking the same. Don't worry about this part right here. We're gonna fix it in a bit. So now I'm going to clean it, and as always, I'm going to use a Q-tip Today I'm not going to remove any of the cotton on it. I'm going to try to use it like this, and I'm going to remove all of the Vaseline. Make sure you remove all of it, because if you don't do this step, the concealer that you're about to apply, or any primer, any color, it's not going to stick on good. It's going to be moving all over the place. So make sure you take everything off, and if it's necessary to use 3, 4, 5 cotton swabs, go ahead and do it. Now I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back in with my concealer, and I'm going to apply it on the part that I just cut. Obviously, when it comes next to the brown, be super careful. You don't want to mess it up. When it comes to the outer part, I'm going to tap, let me switch the finger. I'm going to tap in the product so there is no harsh line. And if just in case you still have a harsh line after you do this part, don't worry, we're gonna go back in with some eyeshadow. And you wanna pull this inwards. Now I'm going to go into Brittany's palette, and I'm going to use the shade Hella, which is this one. It's the darkest shade out of both palettes. And I'm going to take this brush M506. I'm going to take some product, and I'm going to start working on the outer part, going inwards. Stamp it on. And then blend. So I'm taking this shade on an angle, and I'm going to start working inwards. So going inwards a little bit, and then working this shade in. I'm going to take the shade Let Me Live, which is this one right here. And I'm going to switch my brush for a second. And I'm going to use a packer brush, which is something like this. This is from e.l.f. Super, super good brush, guys. I'm obsessed with this brush. It's really, really good. And I'm going to lay that color down. Again, I'm going to lay the color going this way. So starting right here, I'm going to start laying this shade on an angle. And like you saw, I left a little space right here because we're going to be blending this darker color inwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and take more product, and I'm going to apply it. Now I'm going to go back in with that dark shade, which is Hella. And I'm going to take my Morphe M506, and I'm going to start working in this shade inwards a little bit more. Like I said, we're gonna start doing it on an angle, and we're gonna go ahead and apply more orange in a second. It's like a burnt orange shade. Now I'm gonna go back in with that orange shade using the same brush, and I'm going to start applying this one. Now I'm going to take both shades, and I'm gonna go on top where they're actually mixed, or where they're actually touching, and I'm gonna go back and forth and try to blend these two tones together. This part doesn't have to be necessarily perfect, because as you can see here, I did add some glitter, so we're gonna go do that in a second. But I do want to get some kind of blending here. So I'm going to make sure that there's no creasing, so I could go ahead and add this white shade. Tap everything out one more time. And now I'm going to go in with the shade JJ from Brittany's palette. And I'm going to use this brush from Anastasia palette, and I'm going to start tapping in or pushing in this white shade. Make sure the concealer is fully coated with this white shade. Now I'm going to go ahead and use that shade, mix them a little bit, and start applying it right here, so it can soften up the transition from the white to the, like, what would this shade be? Like a light peachy orange, dusty orange, don't know. there we go. So now it's time for the glitter, my favorite part. We're going to go ahead and use my packer brush, and we're going to use Brianna's palette, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade, and this shade is called It's Lit. Super pretty. Go ahead and swatch it for you guys so you can see. Like, this shade by itself to do a wing eyeliner will be super bomb. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shade, and I'm gonna take the packer brush that I was using, pack this brush on with that glitter, and I'm going to go ahead and apply it right here where these two colors meet. I'm going to stamp on the shade first and then sort of blend it out with the brush. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to pack this on even more because I want this color to be really present on the look. Ooh, look at that, guys. Now I'm going to take the brush with no product. I'm not going to add no more product on here. And I'm going to kind of like blend or soften up the edges so it just doesn't look like a blob of glitter. As you can see here, I do have a line of glitter, which I am about to do.
So, where is my piece?
I'm going to take a pencil like this. I know I'm really up and close and personal with you guys, but I really want you to see the work, because if I'm back here, like, it doesn't even look well blended, but if I'm here, like, you can see the blend. It's looking super pretty. So now I'm going to take my brow pencil. It's the M158. I love to do like detailed work with this. I'm going to take the same shade and I'm going to connect this outer part all the way in the front. Usually when I use glitter, I like to clean off the part where I'm going to apply it, put concealer and all that stuff, but today I didn't really feel like it, so it's not going to be super precise. It's going to be a little messy, but I really don't mind how it came out. I actually like how it came out, a little bit messy. So after I completed the line, it's looking super pretty. I'm going to take the shade JJ on this Anastasia brush, and I'm going to apply this on my eyebrow bone. I feel like applying a white just pulls everything together. To me, it looks really pretty. So that's what I'm doing now, and make sure it looks blended. Perfect. Now I'm going to apply some mascara. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some on my lashes. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I just applied mascara, as you saw, and I forgot to curl my lashes, so I'm going to wait until this dries. And while that dries, I'm going to work on my lower lash line. So I'm going to take Brittany's palette, and I'm going to take a pencil like this. This is for the eyebrows, but again, I like to do eyeliners with it. And I'm going to use the shade Hella, which is the shade that is darker in both of the palettes. And I'm going to apply this really close to my lower lash line. Okay, now that we got this going on, I'm going to take the shade Let Me Live from her palette, which is Brittany's palette. And I'm going to blend this out. Like that. So now I'm going to take Brianna's palette, and I'm going to use the lightest like brown color or tan color from both of the palettes, and I'm going to blend this out a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to apply some mascara on my bottom lashes, and we're literally almost done, guys. This is so exciting. I get so excited when I'm almost done because you guys can see the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my falsies, and I'll be right back. So now that I got the lashes done and the eyes are completed, I'm going to go ahead and finish this look with the lip. So I'm going to use Brianna's Lip Drip, which are these two tones right here. This is the lipstick, and then this one is the lip pencil. I'm gonna go ahead and put this puppy on, and you'll see how pretty it's gonna look. And this is the final look. I will come closer so you can see the details, because I feel like if I'm all the way back here, you can't really see them. And then the blend is appreciated more when I'm closer. I hope you guys like this video. It came out super pretty. And I love how this looks. I did go ahead and add some of the toned Juicy, which is this one, on my cheek, but I will add a little bit more so you can see on the other side. It's really pretty. So I only added a little bit. And you can see like the pretty shimmer that it leaves on your skin. It looks so good, guys. I am obsessed on how this turned out, like always. Like I said, if you're interested in any of the products that I have on my face, it would be all in the description down below. If you want to see more looks using these palettes, because I do have a lot of looks in mind, I don't mind doing them. Just let me know, because I don't want to bore you with the same palette. I do have a lot of palettes, but if you guys want to see any more looks with this palette or both palettes, I'm down to do it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope that you learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.